Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome to another RD show where today I'm taking an awesome new mod car for Assetto Corsa out for a spin round the fabled Donington Park. We're driving this, the Caterham 420R racing car from Ben O'Bro. Now, for those of you not familiar with Caterham, it is a small brand of lightweight, high-performance racing cars, much like this that you see behind us, popular in club racing throughout the world and in particular in the UK. The 420R is a beautiful new creation from Ben. It joins a long list of awesome Caterham mods that he's released, and this particular example has got 175 brake horsepower and about 515 kilograms in weight, so it's a nippy, nimble, wonderful little beast. Now, a bit about the car before we go racing. Ben unfortunately suffered a terminal hard drive failure and lost much of the work on this 420R that he was intending to have included in the mod. So, unfortunately, well, fortunately I suppose for us, because we still get to play it, Ben has released the car in an as-is state. So it's got a lot A and B, it's got sounds from the Praga R1, which is a Kunos car, and you may think, okay, so it's 6 months ago this version Ben had on his hard drive and is releasing. It may be a bit weaker than some of his other releases. Absolutely not so. This is an awesome mod. For me, one of my personal favourites of the Caterhams that Ben's released so far, and I'm hoping to try and relieve a bit of Ben's sadness from losing the hard drive and to shine a light on what is a brilliant mod of a brilliant car from a brilliant series. We'll do a little talk and drive around my favourite track in the world, Donington Park, and share a little bit of the love and enjoyment for Caterham cars and the work that's undertaken by Ben. You can download this car, as you can with all of Ben's work, from Race Department in the Assetto Corsa download section. And yeah, let's go have a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoy our talk and drive. As I say, please do feel free to download, leave a comment and a rating once you've tried the car out for yourself, and hopefully you'll have as much fun with it as I have. A brilliant mod, even at this stage, and fingers crossed Ben can find time to recreate some of the work that he put in before losing, sadly, that hard drive. Okay, so let's go to Donington Park, let's do a bit of racing, and yeah, let's see what happens. This is the Caterham 420R from Ben O'Bro for Assetto Corsa, and this is our latest talk and drive here on RDTV. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you when we finish the race. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Hey guys, right, we're ready to race. We're at Donington Park. We're in the pre-Motorsport Vision build version of Donington. Another awesome mod, in case you've missed it. We're doing 12 laps on the national circuit. It's 9:30 in the morning. There are clear blue skies. It gets slightly cold here in Leicestershire, in our virtual recreation of Leicestershire. We're racing against a field of 24 other Caterham 420Rs. We've got 100% AI, 68% aggression. We're starting from the back of the grid. We've got driving aids turned off, of course, because we're sim racers and we don't do driving aids. And yep, let's have some fun in Ben O'Bro's new Caterham. Right, here we go. Don't want any effects, thank you very much. Watch for the lights, set the revs, go! Nice start. Now then, will our Americanly liveried friend there, yes, leaves a space as we power down to turn 1, which is Redgate Corner. Called Redgate Corner because not until very recently there used to be the Redgate Lodge pub just on the outside. I've had many a beer there. Sadly, Redgate Lodge as we once knew it is no more. The outside of the corner was widened slightly to have a little bit more gravel runoff in today's day and age of health and safety. Into the old airpin. Track's busy here, so we come out the throttle, and again, we don't want to get too involved at this stage. Keep it nice and clean. This is a feeling that many a real-life club racer will have experienced in a tightly packed crowded Caterhams at Donington Park. Man, Oh, it goes defensive, so we will come out of that one and get the run. Get the run on the outside down the straight. This would be a good line if we were on the Grand Prix track, but we're not, so we'll sneak to the inside for the Foggy S's. I'm using a sequential shifter here. Try not to get too much inside curve, otherwise we'll have a bad time. Nice! Good opening lap in a great car on a great track. See the flames coming out the exhaust of our American liveried friend who makes another appearance in front of us. Clear to the side as we power down to some of the best corners in UK motorsport, the Craner curves. And into Old Airpin, where I tend to watch all my racing from either the in or the outside. Good viewing to be had from Donington Park. It's in a bit of a bowl, so you can see a lot of the track from pretty much any vantage spot really. Great place to go motorsport viewing. If you've not already been, would recommend it. They've got a Formula 1 museum as well, which is absolutely crammed to the rafters, full of beautiful Formula 1 cars from throughout the ages. And also, bizarrely, some military vehicles. Don't quite know why that's there. That does annoy me slightly, because it takes up a whole hall that used to be packed full of cool cars, but hey ho. I'll have to wait until I am a multimillionaire to buy these cars for myself, and then I can do what I want, can't I? Anyway, we're getting off topic. We're rambling about rubbish. Let's talk about this here Caterham mod. Let's just see if I can steal up the inside into Redgate. Lock wheels, but it got away. Whoa, a bit snappy on the loud pedal. A little bit too early there, people. So she may feel like quite a pliant little car, this one, but it can bite you if you get overly excitable, as we did then. Drop it down one. We're still going nice and steady. Tyres are cold. We're in a busy pack. And it's 12 laps, so we don't want to hoon away and get to the front, because that would make for boring video. Not that I'm saying this will be a particularly entertaining video anyway, but at least there's other cars to look at while you put me on mute and listen to your favourite song. Yeah, about the car, about the mod, should I say. As I mentioned at the beginning, introduction to this here token drive, this is, unfortunately for Ben, a version of the Caterham 420R that was, 6 months ago. Sadly, Ben lost his hard drive. It broke, not lost it as in put it somewhere and can no longer find it. He knows exactly where it is, but it fried. It is dead, never to be seen again, unrecoverable. Which, unfortunately for us and for Ben, means that about 6 months worth of work on this beautiful little car has gone kaput. Gone, finished. That's not to say that this is not an excellent mod, because it really is, even at this stage, is absolutely beautiful. Looks like, on this track at least, the AI could do with being a little bit more spunky. Would be nice. Have a little bit more performance, because I'm having to stay out of the throttle more often than not. I'm not pushing particularly hard, and I have a feeling we should be able to work our way to the front of the field quite easily, if we so desire. But in terms of the 3D model, the graphical side of things, and the driving feel, it's damn good. In fact, to be quite frank, Ben could post on here that he spent the last 5 years making this using entirely real data and with the help of several established Caterham drivers, and I would swallow every last bit of that up and think, yeah, you can tell, it's really good. Because it is. It's really damn good. It feels nice. I say, let's get a bit of oversteer. Oh, a bit too much oversteer, getting too excited. It's slidey, but controllable. Oh, can you tell by the fact I nearly crashed? Oops, double shifted as well. It's slidey, but controllable. It's got a little bit of a labouring front end that don't quite want to grip, and then it bites and turns in, just like you'd expect a real Caterham. I've seen These race the Caterham Academy, the actual Masters Championship, and everything in between. The low costs, which is a off-brand and budget version of the Caterham 7. Seen loads of this sort of thing racing at this track as well, many a time, as well as others throughout the UK. And this car behaves very much like I've seen those cars behave out on circuit. It really is a lovely, unbelievable driving experience. It's fun, it's rear-wheel drive, you can get out of shape if you want to get out of shape, or even if you don't want to get out of shape, shall we say, sometimes. But it's controllable and user-friendly. So it's fun for the experiencing racer, but at the same time, it's what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? It's comfortable for the beginner as well. A bit of something for everyone, which pretty much is the Caterham ethos. That's pretty much what Caterhams have been for the last gazillion years. These types of cars have been the kind of things that rookies starting their motorsport journey, and experienced journeyman who stay in the Caterham category of cars their entire career for 40 or 50 years. Very rich businessmen and semi-professional amateur racing drivers alike. All have spent a hell of a lot of time in this sort of car throughout the world. And the way that Ben has replicated that in the 420R mod for Assetto Corsa is commendable. All of Ben's Caterham's cars, please forgive me for this sounding a little bit like a love letter to Ben, but it really is. His work is awesome. Really love what Ben's done with all of his Caterham cars, particularly like the Roadster, which is a fantasy one that he brought out, the only fantasy car in his line of mods. They're all offering something a little bit different, and they're all exceptionally believable, exceptionally enjoyable, more to the point, driving experiences, and this one is absolutely no different. Now Ben suggests, and I can understand this, having lost his hard drive and 6 months of hard work, he suggests that he's going to release this one and probably leave it as it is, because the motivation, understandably, is quite low to go back over the same difficult, monotonous work he's already undertaken. Now, knowing Ben from what I've read about him and things he's posted and the commitments and work he's put in to all of his content, his cars, his work with Phoenix 77, helping out on a few things with LA Canyons as well, the man's a machine. I don't, in a million years, believe that Ben's going to leave this Caterham as it is. I think he's going to crack back on again and keep working hard. But you know, if he doesn't, I nearly swore then, it's a damn good mod. It's an excellent mod even. It still stands up in its own right as it is, as a absolutely fantastic piece of content, and I can't recommend it enough. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to speak to some of my race department colleagues and suggest this and or other Caterhams find a spot in our race department club racing schedule, because these are perfect for good, close, hard, clean racing. They're brilliant cars, really are good. They're just like the real deal in terms of the fun and the closeness that they bring. But we've talked about physics enough now. Let's talk about the 3D model, another area that this car excels. Now one day, in the future, when I can squirrel enough money together to buy a more modern graphics card, I'll do some of these videos in VR, and then we can have a good sniff around the cockpit and look at all the little details that's been put in. But trust me, I can't do it on this, it's a single screen. Trust me, the level of quality on the graphics, on the 3D model, on the details that is put in are fantastic, as you would always expect, and is always the case with Ben's mods. They look the bee's knees, as you would expect, very true to their real life counterpart, very cleanly modelled, some beautiful lines, there's some lovely details. I mean, if you just look down to the side next to the gear stick, some of the detail on the padding they've got on that little bit of, hang on a second, decided against trying to pass him there because he'll push us onto these humongous sausage curbs. and that will spell almost guaranteed disaster. So we'll get him because we've got more horsepower seemingly than the AI, which is a shame, but I don't know if that's track specific or mod specific or a combination of the two. I'm not too sure, to be quite honest. Oh, nearly. Yeah, the 3D model that we've got on here is fabulous, as you would expect. The animations are all on point. The only thing that this Caterham's lacking at this moment in time, and to be honest, having spent no time behind the wheel of a real Caterham racing at anger, I can't tell the difference. The only thing that this thing lacks at this moment in time is its own sound file made specifically for the car. It's currently using the Praga R1, which was an additional piece of content created by Studio 397 by Kunos for Assetto Corsa. But the man's chosen wisely. It seems like this is a very nice match for the car. Very nice match indeed. And the sound certainly does a good job at keeping you feeling like you are driving a little Caterham on a big racetrack. I like it. Can you tell? I really like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be making a video about it. So that's kind of a stupid thing to say. But I think this is damn good. And I wonder if any of you guys surfing race department would see this, see that Ben's released it in a as-is state due to his hard drive failure, and you think, oh, that's probably just another unfinished mod, I'm not going to bother with it. Don't. You'll be a fool. You will be mistaken. This is as good as any of Ben's other content, and that content is of the absolute highest order anyway. So yeah, this is great. Don't be fooled by the fact it's just at the stage it's at. If Ben does not touch this again, it will still be an epic mod. But let's pressure him by making a video, putting it on race department, that he should go and try and make more of this car and keep improving it, because it's wicked. Really do like it. I like race cars. I like low-powered club money type race cars as well. Nothing to do with the fact I'm not a very good driver, but this is my brake testing. Nothing to do with I'm not a very good driver. It's just this is my bag. This is my kind of thing. I would sooner go watch Ginetta's. No, I wouldn't. I would sooner go and watch Caterham's racing than go and watch Formula 1, if I'm quite honest, because the racing's almost always exceptional in these beasts, and cars like it, the Ginetta Junior, the Ginetta G55s are also quite nice. Things like the Renault Clio Cup, the old Renault Spider UK Championship, if anybody remembers those from the 90s, they were wicked little things. Anything like this, anything that doesn't have slicks and wings, has a reasonably low horsepower but a high power to weight ratio, more often than not provides miles of smiles. And to drive it, they're great. I know a couple of guys that race or have raced in the Caterham Cup in the past, and they all think it's absolutely brilliant. They've gone in there as a stepping stone or a launching ground to move on to other things, and they've ended up staying forever because they just say it's one of those things that's just a sport onto its own, racing Caterhams. Obviously it makes a great breeding ground for future touring car drivers or GT drivers or whatever, but it's also just like karting. You can make a career out of karting if you want, just from the thrills and spills. They race all over the world, these things. Get yourself a Caterham. What? 20,000 GBP? We'll get you a brand spanking new one, I would say, and you've got yourself a whole load of fun for as long as you want it. Minimum engineering maintenance required. Yeah, a brilliant category. And I love Caterhams, and Ben's done an epic job of virtually recreating this car for our driving pleasure in Assetto Corsa. Done the thing justice. Love it. Absolutely love it. A really great mod. well worth anybody's bandwidth to get it downloaded, and I think you'll love it too. If you do like it, if you are new to the world of Benno Bro and Caterham's, check out his other mods at Race Department as well. There's 5 or 6 or 4 or 5 there. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, so I'm not even going to try, but give them all a go because they're all offering something a little bit different and they're all brilliant mods, all really enjoyable, and this one is absolutely no exception. So yeah, I hope you liked our token drive today in the Caterham 420R by Benno Bro for Assetto Corsa. If you did, or even if you didn't, and you just want to be generous and compensate me for the time I spend doing these things, please subscribe to us on YouTube, give us a like, follow us on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and at Race Department. And yeah, I've been Paul Jeffrey, this has been RDTV. We've been driving the Caterham 420R from Benno Bro, available to download at Race Department. This has been a token drive. You've been watching RDTV. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, sim racing is awesome. I'll catch you later on.